Hey, good evening everyone, happy Valentine's Day. It is the final day of Twilight Princess. We do not have very much of the game left to do, so I'm thinking it'll probably only take about the first hour of the stream, and then we're going to move on to Patrick's Parabox, which we started a little bit ago. We did like a quick couple hours of it. Feel like I'll go back to it. From my understanding, it's not super long, so it seems like it'll be worth at least like another stream's worth of content. Let's get to it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. If you weren't around for yesterday's stream, we finished off all of the side content in the game. Well, I guess all is being a little bit generous, because, there were a few things I opted out of. Number one, did not get all the postals, not worth my time. Second, didn't bother getting the bomb bag size upgrades, because who needs them? Like, we've already got we got the 3 bomb bags, and I don't want to do the river minigame. It's not very good. But anyway. I love this version of Hyrule Castle. Especially, like, the courtyard area. The lack of music and just, like, the sound of the rain is very atmospheric. Big fan of it. I think we start by going this way, right? Yeah, that's a good sign. Well, we're down half a heart, which means that we no longer get our dope spin attack. That's fine. Yeah, just a bunch of little, like, enemy gauntlets in this area. I think we start by going this direction. I mean, we have to go to both sides of it anyway, so I'm not I don't remember if there's, like, a specific order that you have to do it in or not. Either way. Oh, Lord. So many of them. Alright. Haha! Alright now. Ah, it took away a quarter heart. Yo. Get over here, you. Ah, don't get the flourish. Brutal. I don't know why I went over there. The camera kind of pointed that direction. I was like, oh no, maybe there's a reason. Clearly not. Let's go, let's go. Right. Yeah, you pull in the chain. Sorry. Oh baby, it's the arena. There he is. I have come to play. Crack, crack. This guy rules. Hey, yeah. Though I guess that just kind of... the backslash just kind of wrecks him. It's like, hey, good enough for me. As if he put up a fight. Enough. You got a small key. I follow the strongest side. That is all I have ever known. So long, friend. Acquaintance. Habo. He spoke. Yep, and that's it. $20. And we got 169 rupees. Alright. Probably should avoid getting any more rupees if I can. Because we're kind of at the optimal amount. Right. One small key acquired. Now we go to the other side. Alright then. Give me another one of those arenas, please. Thank you. Getcha. Hiya! Hiya! Alright. Easy. I would like a... Thank you. That's exactly what I would like a... Ask and you shall receive. Arrows. Arrow, please. Thank you. Alright, you got a little close to the camera, friend. Okay. Any more? Oh. Hello, you. Surprise! Special delivery. Hey, Nick. Happy Valentine's Day, friend. Much love to you as well, my dude. How you doing today? If you don't mind me asking. It was quite an uneventful day for me personally. I had 5 hours of downtime before I had the ability to go home today. Chillin', stayed to play tip to a friend, so just ate breakfast. So, what'd you have for breakfast? I'm hoping something tasty. I made some homemade banana bread myself over the weekend, so that's what I've been having for breakfast. Let's go, last luncheon. How you doing, Jarpy? I'm thinking it'll probably only take the better part of, like, maybe an hour. I don't remember Hyrule Castle being super involved. Yo. Leftover chicken from the Super Bowl. I would like to be the first to state that I did not know that the Super Bowl happened this weekend until Monday. Bit tired, should probably head to bed, but Twitch seemed much more interesting. You know, that's what we call priorities. And I agree. Your sleep schedule seems crazy, Jarpy. It's either like you're just getting up in the morning, or it's like you're still awake from the day prior. Oh, I missed one, didn't I? Okay, good. You can manipulate it a bit, can't you? Oh, it's the Triforce. Huh. Is there a trick to this? Hold on. Normally hear about it, but don't watch. Went to your dad's friend's house, though, for food and peppo time. Yeah, that's, like, the best reason to partake in the Super Bowl, right? Is for the snacks and the food. Yeah, people were like, oh man, the big game happened. I'm like, oh shit. Is this what normal people care about? You're used to working at weird times, so your schedule's all over the place most of the year. Fair enough. That's something that I had to get very used to, working in restaurants, because you're not allotted a regular schedule either. You didn't know who was playing until it started. So I see that you follow football about as closely as I do. Oh, wait. It's on right. It's a Z. Middle. Gotcha. So, about. And this South College football is more popular. Right, that's... I've heard that. But that's the case, right? There's, like, zero college scene in Canada. Like, I don't think anyone gives a shit about college sports. So to hear that it's, like, so popular down in the States. Yes, thank you, Midna. I must have gotten it backwards, huh? Don't know how American football works. Never seemed interesting enough to read up on rules or watch a few games. Yeah, it's like fine. As a Canadian, we have our own like professional football league called the CFL, which has like it plays similar to the NFL but has like its own different rules. So it's like even though the games are the same, how you play them are entirely different. Football's like 30% of the income for the whole college. Jeez. Oh, as I was saying about my sleep schedule, just stick to watching Hacky. You know, I feel like I should care more about hockey. It's like, I feel like it's part of my national citizenship that I should give a shit about hockey, but I really don't. Like, at all. And I mean, like, to each their own, right? And even then, you only watch when it happens to be somewhere and my friends won't watch it, for sure. I will agree, I have gone to see some hockey games live before, and they are pretty great. Yeah. So, like, it's very different live because, like, you're surrounded by a ton of people. It's nice, so glad to go to a live game. Yeah, the only time that I went to a live game was because I had, like, a free ticket offered to me, and I was like, alright, sure, I mean, like, why not? And it was a real good time, even though we were up in the the nosebleed section. But I mean, like, you get a couple beers inside of you, you're surrounded by, like, a ton of rowdy cheese. Everything just respawns immediately. I've messed up. Football sucks, huh? See, that's strange, because, like, I feel like it would be very similar, right? Just, like, get drunk, spend time around a bunch of other drunk, rowdy people, and make asses of yourselves while cheering for sports teams. But maybe it's, like, the type of fans are different. Oh, it's hot. And the beer smell. Right, you don't like beer at all, right? That's fair. At one point, you got to go to a ton of free hockey games because your friend got to a ton of them. And he was in a wheelchair at the time, so he was allowed to take a help with them for free. Okay. Cool. So, what's hockey like in your country? Does it have its own professional league as similar to the NHL? You were 19 and you were just there, right? You weren't even allowed to drink. Fair enough. I do think I was also 19 at the time of the hockey game that I went to be fair, but, you know, the perks of 18 legal drinking age as opposed to 21. Yeah, I guess, yeah, it being hot would be I could understand being a big problem because, like, you know, to play hockey it has to be inside of an ice rink. So, the whole area has to be cool. Map? Fantastic. You don't come here just to get a key, do you? You have a Finland League team or whatever it's called in English. Okay, cool. And how many teams play in it? Because the NHL like comprised of like Canadian teams and American teams, so it's like pretty expansive. There's actually nothing else in here, is there? There are 15 teams. Okay, that's not that bad then. That's about the same as the Canadian Football League. Your experience at college game is like 80% humidity and 97 degrees. Shoulder to shoulder on these metal rafters that were burning hot. You sat on them and just a ton of spilled beer that was heated by the midday sun. Okay, yeah, I hear you. This all sounds bad. And then your team got shut out too. It is, to be fair, if you are drunk, it is much easier to cope with all that stuff. Very true. Very, very true. As long as you get to be loud and obnoxious. Hell yeah. Okay. I must be fucking blind. Because I know there's another outdoor area that I haven't been to yet, and I have a key to get into it. Or do I just go straight to the castle? I guess I just go straight into the castle. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, wait, I think the other outdoor area I'm thinking of is like an extra bonus area that gives you some money, maybe. I don't know, we don't need it. Hiya. Tickets are so hard to get for freshmen. The only people you knew there were 21 already and disappeared to get beer. Yeah, I mean, like, it sounds like the main reason to go to one of these football games is to get drunk and rowdy, which I think is, like, the main appeal of most sports events for people. Swing. So going there as underage, surrounded by a bunch of, like, drunk people when you're one of the only sober people, that's not a fun experience. Like, if you ever had to be the designated driver for your group of friends, it's very much similar to that, right? Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm right there with you. Like, by that point, I'd already been drinking for 3 years. Well, legally drinking for 3 years. I'm like kind of past the point where I'm like as actively drinking. You mean everyone underage drinks? I mean, yeah. I think the first drink I had, I was 14, which, to be fair, I'm pretty sure was like later than a lot of the people that I knew. But it was like, I live in the countryside, nothing to do here but to drive around or drink, so definitely start underage. Fair. Yeah, me and my father, we did once a year we would go out of town to visit some of his friends. For the Grey Cup, which is the CFL's version of the Super Bowl. And, you know, he's drunk, all of his friends are drunk. There were some Bacardi Breezers available, and I was like, okay. And, you know, the perfect drink to get introduced to drinking on when you're 14 years old. Sipping stuff on, but didn't get drunk for the first time until you were 16. Okay, fair enough. Started 16, bought you a beer. Very cool. My mother is incredibly conservative in her morals and stuff. So she was very much on the side of, like, you cannot drink until you are of age. So me and my dad, we decided, oh, let's just keep the fact that you were drinking some alcohol while out of town between the two of us. And then his friends came to visit us in town one time, and they just like offhandedly mentioned that I got drunk at the Super Bowl party, or at the Grey Cup party, and my mother was so mad. like, retroactively, grounding me for something that I had done, like, maybe a year and a half earlier. You can never find beer or any liquor. Yeah. That is the hard part, is, like, acquiring liquor. I see. You usually need to find someone to reread. You could never find beer, only liquor. My mistake. Liquor is easy to find. True. That's because liquor is also, like, easier to hide. Like, I distinctly remember at the end of, like, many years of high school, you know, when you'd finish all your exams and it was, like, one of the last days before summer break, people would just, like, buy Slurpees from, like, the 7-Eleven, and they would just fill them with vodka, and me just sipping on those all day long. Your parents were very much the kind of parents that just taught us quite young age that drinking was okay, but not to overdo it. See, I think that's, like, the best way to approach it. Because, like, if it's the people who are inexperienced with drinking that tend to, like, make really bad decisions. But if, like, you teach people, like, the dangers of it and how to be responsible with it instead of, like, trying to scare them away from it, right? You only knew one person who drank at school and they got expelled? No, it was very common for us. It was a very common thing for kids to drink while at school. Even though, you know, probably shouldn't have been. Well, we weren't allowed to leave, like I said. Yeah, fair. And honestly, I didn't overdo drinking until you were already of the legal drinking age. Yeah, same. To be fair, I couldn't even handle liquor for the longest time. Oh. Is that it? Nothing else this way? I remember we had, like, a house party. You stopped drinking before you even hit legal age. Honestly, that's totally reasonable. I remember... Slow down, fair. I remember I went to a house party once. And I believe very few of us, if any of us, were actually of legal drinking age. But we were all drinking. And it was at, like, a friend's house. Who lived, like, maybe 4 or 5 houses down from where I lived. So I was able to just walk over to his place. And, I don't know, I had, like, it was basically all hard liquor. Because, like you said, it's really hard to get beer when you're underage. Right, wolf. And, you know, I don't know how to handle my shit, like, at all. There's a trick to this. Right? Whatever. I'm just gonna brute force it. This one. Alright, no bats. This one. No bats. Funny shit was, like, a week before your 17th birthday, we were out about in the town just drinking beers, and the police snatched you for underage drinking. Aw, man. So the police calls your mom because that's just how it goes here and explains that her kid is drinking underage. Her mom just asks, is he doing something stupid? Police answer no, and she just hung up. She's like, yeah, whatever. As long as he's not, like, murdering people in the streets, who cares? Hold on. Pick up the pace. Come on. She knew where he was and what was doing. but brought you the damn beer. The police said poorly. The police said poured out. Oh man. Okay, what? There's a trick here that I am clearly missing out on. Your friend in high school was rich as fuck and both his parents were alcoholics, so his dad never left beer around long. But liquor? Sheesh. So you could drink as long as you promise not to drive or ride with a drunk driver. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like that's gotta be the better approach. Oh, anyway, so, like, only hard liquor. I remember one person had, like, a 4-liter thing of Sunny Delight that they had, like, poured maybe, like, a third of the Sunny Delight out, and they filled the rest with just pure vodka, and they were just drinking straight out of it the entire time. It's like, yep, that's something a teenager who doesn't understand responsible drinking ethics would do. That's what the dude that got expelled before was doing. Oh, that one goes out just right away, huh? Just out of oil. First, I didn't drink at school until you were legal drinking age. Yeah, I never drank at school myself. Like, I would have probably been like, my mother would have eviscerated me if she ever found me doing something like that. In school, legal drinking age is a trip for you. Yeah. So like, one thing we did at our high school was this thing called Safe Grad, and what that is that like, if you were of legal drinking age at graduation, then you could sign up to do this thing called Safe Grad, where the school would, you'd pay like $100 for it, and the school would rent out like this lot in a field, like maybe 45 minutes outside of town, and it would be, there would be like adult chaperones who would supervise you. There'd be live music, and then it was just all you could drink while you were there. So, like, you know, by the time summer rolls around of high school, a good chunk of your graduating class is, like, of legal age at that point. So, I remember going out, like, doing my graduation ceremony, having grad dance, and then going to Safe Grad at, like, 10 o'clock at night with, like, 75 other, like, 18-year-old kids. And we're just partying in the middle of a field, drinking way too much alcohol at way too fast of a pace. I think what we were doing is we were stacking the red Solo cups that we were drinking out of as like a testament of like how much we had conquered that night. And I had like about a dozen of them in the first hour and a half that I was there, and then I completely fucking just like passed out on one of the park benches. Was woken up by one of the chaperones at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and they just like escorted me onto the bus that took you back to town, and they had called my father in order to like come pick me up, and they just like they escort you onto the bus, and the first thing they do is just hand you a garbage bag so that you can vomit into it as soon as you get in there, and that's precisely what I did. And they're like, was it worth the $100 that you paid for it? I'm like, I tried to drink $100 worth of alcohol in that hour and a half. So, you know, good night. Don't know if I could say that, but definitely a memorable night. Last year high school was, you do be legal drinking age as well. You have this thing in the last year of high school called 100 Mornings, which was 100 days before graduation. Everyone graduating that year just wears their pajamas to school for 100 days prior to graduating. That's pretty cool. That one just goes out right away, so that's gotta be the last one that you laid. Okay, so this one stays lit for a long time. They made them pass a breathalyzer to get into senior prom. Jesus. Roll up to school in the morning at a crisp 8:20 a.m. and your friend just asked you to join him and you follow him. There we go. And you follow him to the empty music classroom and he just pulls out shot glasses and some liquor. Damn, man. You barely know anyone who showed up the last 100 days before graduation. Oh, were you in one of the schools where like, alright, I met the criteria for grad, I don't need to try anymore? Just roll with it. Yeah, I mean, it's high school. Peer pressure is the name of the game, right? Oh, you weren't? People just said, ah, fuck it. Wow, that spin is very powerful. Way more powerful than what I thought. Seniorists, last year people skip until they hit truancy. Huh. I don't think that was very... That must be an American thing, then. Because we definitely did not have it, like... There were some people like that, but that was definitely not common case. Shortcut unlocked. Can't even blame your friend purely on the fact that after the first class ended, you walked to the nearby store and bought a bottle of your own for the rest of the day. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you could say that he had influenced you into purchasing more alcohol. You could say that. But that's like passing the buck onto your friend, and you don't want to do that. Teachers would even give up teaching the last 2 months to people who showed up just to watch movies. I mean, like, you could always tell the teacher was, like, either having an off day, they were, like, hungover, they were tired as shit, and they were just like, yeah, no, screw it. We're watching a movie today. How does it relate to what I'm teaching? That's for you to figure out. Write a paper on how this relates to economics or whatever. Meanwhile, you're watching like Lord of the Rings. We had I went to a Catholic high school, which is about as fun as you could imagine it being. And the main thing that we did in one of the things that is part of Catholic high school is mandatory religion class up to like the 30 level, which is like basically grade 12, 12th grade for you Americanites. But the teacher that I had for religion just like phoned it in super fucking hard. We watched so many movies in that class. Smoky. Most people don't have school here during the last 4 months of senior year, but most people will show up for the fun stuff like 100 mornings, students are a teacher floorball match, and other events. I believe Jarpy is from Finland. Yeah. So you know, whole different thing going on there for him. Which is super cool. I love hearing stuff about other countries. It's like an infinite talking point because every culture is just like so different. What's up, Brungo? They play old school RuneScape. They have to be from Finland. Who else would be crazy enough to play old school RuneScape? Floorball is hockey-like sport, and you play indoors with basketball and no ice, obviously. Yeah, we have floorball in Canada as well. The only thing they don't have on you is weed culture. Oh, look at that. They did one thing. This guy has a fucking bazooka. The one and only time we see him use it. Honestly, they buried the lead on that shit pretty hard. Give me that key. Imagine how Shore Legend of Zelda would be if Link had a bazooka. Absolutely! Give Link a gun! Finland, being Finland, people still frown on smoking meat quite a bit. Oh, is it not legal there? You'll be allowed. It is not. Okay. Yeah, we legalized nationwide in Canada back in 2019, and guess what? It makes a lot of money for the federal and provincial governments because you can tax that shit. And it's kept it's reduced a lot of unnecessary criminal charges. It's pretty illegal in most of European, as far as you know, recreationally at least. Yeah, oh, is it? Is it more like this is for medicinal purposes only? I don't know, it seems to, like, I don't really smoke weed because I get really fucking bad anxiety whenever I do. But, I mean, it poses, like, way less of a harm to the average person than, like, alcohol does. But the only reason that alcohol gets, like, the pass is because it's, you know, it makes a lot of money due to all the taxes that are affiliated with it. And the exact same thing holds true for weed as well. With a lot less of the downsides. Not even just the old people who frown upon it. You know, lots of people from uni who look down on people who smoke weed. Oh, weird. Like, people who smoke weed are looked down on? Huh. Yeah, no, that's definitely not the case here. People are pretty chill about it for the most part. I mean, older generations still have, like, the stigma associated with it, because, you know, growing up in the war on drugs era, that's, obviously left some kind of impact on them, but most people around my age or younger are very much just like, yeah, white, who cares? God. The camera, the control stick sensitivity. Kind of a North America trend, more so, but there are a few places where all that have worked towards it. I feel like, given enough time, it's, like, in 50 years' time, it's just gonna be commonplace. That's kind of how I feel a little bit. History will be in favor of that. Dark Nut! Your drinking culture is a bit weird, where lots of people look down upon drinking midweek, like even just 2 beers or a glass of wine. But they don't think there's anything weird about getting absolutely full every weekend. Huh. It's just a cultural thing of, like, there's an appropriate time for drinking or something. Very binge drinking culture. Interesting. See, there's a lot of recreational drinking in Canada. It's just like, what are you doing for dinner? We're going to, like, a pub, and you'll have, like, 8 beer with dinner. Maybe 2. But that's, like, very normal. Get down. That's what the other key's for. If I want to go in there, I don't. I'm at the point where I don't need anything else, so seeking that extra room. Not super necessary. Alright, time for... I gotta say, the final boss segment of this game is one of the strongest in any of the traditional 3D Zeldas. Like, the Zelda part's fine, but then like the Beast Ganon's dope, the horseback riding part's awesome, and then the one-on-one duel again, and all of it's super fucking good. There's much more of an older person thing, especially young educated people definitely don't see anything wrong about having a drink for 3 on a weekday. Yeah. For sure. Zelda. Welcome to my castle. So you're Ganondorf. Just old man standing up, grunt. Oh, God. I've been dying to meet you. You people have long amused me, Midna. To defy the gods with such petty magic, only to be cast aside. How very pathetic. 4 a.m., good time to have a snack. Hell yeah, dude. Pathetic as they were, though, they served me well. Their anguish was my nourishment. Their hatred bled across the void and awakened me. I drew deep of it and grew strong again. You people had some skill, to be sure, but they lacked true power. The kind of absolute power that those chosen by the gods wield. He who wields such power would make a suitable king for this world, don't you think? Ha! Such conceit. But if you are one of the chosen wielders of power as you claim, I will risk everything to deny you. Shadow has been moved by light, it seems. How amusing. Very well. Deny me, then. Yes, try to deny me, you and your little friend. Hagra. Minna, you're very small. Hang. Later. You guys like tennis? This fight definitely should have been Ganon and Zant 2v1 against Link. Dude, that's I'd never thought about that, but holy shit, that would have been so fucking good. Both of you, faithless fools who dare to take up arms against the King of Light and Shadow. So you choose, and so you shall feel my wrath. Alright. Ganon's puppet, Zelda. Here comes Zelda with the serve. Nice form. Turn from Link. Ooh. Low mind. A fine volley. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an excellent match going on here. Not even doing tennis with that. Fine, dude, fine. Whee! Whoa, dude. And the second now is... Bottom! Yeah! So silly. Bottle tennis, mandatory part. You're absolutely correct. If only we had a bug net. I mean, I know we have the fishing rod, and we can do that at least. Tennis is the worst thing to keep bringing back in Zelda. It's tradition, Brungo. That'd be like Mario without Bowser, or... Metroid without sexism. 75% of the game is tradition. Fair. Oh yeah. Yeah, so that Link clunks around in the final scene, completely undercutting the tone. You'll love to see it. Yep. But yes, you're right. We'll do the fishing rod thing, and we'll do the iron boots thing. Ooh. I mean, would you call it tradition, or would you just say like using the same formula because it's a similar series? Alright, Midna. Like, the developers obviously know what they're doing, right? It's like, what if Midna just gave Link bedroom eyes for the last, like, 20 minutes of the game? God, I love the design of Beast Ganon in this game. It's so sick. Oh, Beast v Beast. Throw him. Yeah. Henya. Nope. Where are you coming from? Where are you coming from? There you are. Hey-ya! Pork belly? Bacon? Jesus! Hiya! And then, after this, we get to do Brungo's favorite part, more horseback combat. Let's fucking go, dude. I think this is the last one. Yeah. Pork shot. It's hearty. It's like a full meal on his own. Give me that. Toss. There we go. I don't like that he has a thumb. His human hands on his weird boar body. And that's it. We've defeated him. Nothing could possibly go wrong. There you go. Blessing returned. Princess, I... Say nothing, Minda. Your heart and mind were as one, however briefly. Such suffering you have endured. Oh! Link's fucking resting face. Link's dopey ass expression, exactly. Oh! Why couldn't we have... Here's a thought. What if we had a section where it was like giant monster Midna versus Pig Ganon? We controlled Midna for just this one section of the game. Instead of like... I know they wanted you to have Link as wolf form at least be mandatory one time in the fight. But like... Let me have a big kaiju battle, please. I have no idea what's going on, but I will swing my sword face. Yeah, that's kind of just Link 99% of the time. No kaiju battle, man. Feels bad. It's a Zelda game. The final boss fight has to be Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf. And it's like, does it though? Ganondorf poses so much cooler to me. I mean, you're right. Sometimes you just have to admit when you've been defeated. Spirit of the light, wielder of the great power that shines far and wide upon the lands of our world. In my hour of need, grant me the light to banish evil. gets the light arrows. Highball. Yes? Chosen hero. Lend us the last of your power. Alright, horse fight, horse fight. I'll try to slow Ganon with my light arrows. You target him, keep him within your range of my arrows. Alright. There should be a Zelda where Zelda is the villain. Ahem! That would be called A Link Between Worlds, my good friend. It's not where you go to Lowrule, the dark version of Hyrule, and the princess there is your main antagonist in the game. It's not the same! It's pretty dang close. Zelda, get better aim! Don't worry, Zelda, I can do this all day. I've got so many hearts. How many mini-games did this child do? He must have gone down so many rivers. Alright, now for the one-on-one sword fight, which is with killer music. An impressive-looking blade, but nothing more. Would you hear my desire to take this foul blade and use this to blot out the light forever? Best part I can play about Zelda aim is that she aims when you're holding your control stick. Aims where? Yeah. No. See, you're trying to justify it. I can't. I will not take responsibility for Zelda. Take a chance. Hiya. What about that? Fishing. like the camera angle locks it so he looks bigger. Yeah. To be fair, he is massive. Like, he is a large man. There we go. We got the boots on. Ditch. Lol. Well, that's it for him. See the sword sticking out from his back. Fucking rules. Do not think this ends here. I'm sure you'll win next game, Ganon. The history of light and shadow will be written in blood. I think, like... So, in Skyward Sword, they did a whole lot of, like, all the games are connected and all that stuff, and the main thing is that, like, Ganon is supposedly just a inevitable thing that just keeps getting reincarnated, because he completes the trifecta. And I mean, like, there are points in the timeline where he does win. Like, in Wind Waker, they have, like, the proverb at the beginning that's like, oh no, the hero of time wasn't there, and then the world fell into darkness for a long-ass time, and we had to flood all of Hyrule in order to defeat him and whatnot, right? It's just, we always see him get his ass kicked. Because we're playing the good guy. The boots. Here it comes, Brongo. The thing is, like, you can see that they just used Mida's regular model from this distance because it still has the helmet. You know, despite Ganon having destroyed the helmet. I've actually never done the cutscene with the Iron Boots on. He's so tired. Because he's horny, Brungo. That's why he can run so fast. Where you get to play as Ganon being the shit out of the hero of whatever. Dude, I would love just like Dark Timeline. Badass Dark Wizard Ganon. Hi Link, I'm hot now. What? Say something. Am I so beautiful that you've no words left? his face, man. Ayo, that's Twilight Princess. Imagine a Zelda where Link is smart. I mean, Link is a extension of you, the player. So, I don't know what to tell you, Brungo. You stand by my statement. Imagine. Oh man. Yeah, God, I really do like this game quite a bit. It has its faults. I feel like at the time you could tell they were like, we're going for like the dark Zelda. This is gonna be the one for like all the real tryhards out there that want like a deep story, and I don't know if it exactly hit that mark, you know? But I do like there are some very good things about this game. I do think Mida is still like the best side character in any of these games because she actually has a personality, whereas like 90% of them just are there. She's like one of the central driving points of the game. But I do think that like the kid characters and Ilya, just like, they were trying to do something with them and they just don't. I don't think they connect. At least they don't for me. I'm sure there's some people out there who are like, man, I really cared about these shitty kids. But I was not one of them. And I do think Ilya is like one of the most underutilized characters because like at the beginning of the game they're like, you and her, Link and her, they are fucking like this, you know? They love each other. And they do a lot of heavy implying about that stuff. And then she loses her memory and they like make a big deal of you getting it back. And when you finally do, she's just like, thanks. And then that's it. That's it. You never see her again. She doesn't do anything else for the rest of the game. And it's like, It feels like Link moved on to richer and onto the richer are prettier princesses. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I find it a bit of a bummer is all. Oh wow, Colin's got a sword and a shield now. Look at him. What a guy. Alright, so we're going to be moving on to Patrick's Paraboxes. So I'm going to need to update some stream stuff here. Before we do that, Patrick's Parabox, perfect. Yeah, you said this is like your at the bottom of the list of the games for you, Brungo? Alright, I think we're gonna skip the rest of the credits here, and we're just gonna hop over. Alright, that's Twilight Princess. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to stop and restart the stream right away, so that I have separate VODs for the rest of this game. You need a new Gnostic pan? Mango. Mango? You need a new no-stick pan. Oh no! Was your attempt to make a snack impeded by your lack of non-stick pans? Alright. 1 second. Starting. Let me pull up the game. Perfect. And then once the capture picks it up, I'm going to stop stream and restart it like right away. Alright, there we go. Alright. 1 second, please.